Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Oh, the band is out on the field. He's going to go in the end zone. He's going to the end zone. The Bears have won. The Bears have won. Oh, my God. You believe in miracles? Yes.
It's the Davey Mac Sports Program, where we talk the sports and other stuff, like parades. Man, I love a good parade as much as lollipops in my mouth and butter in my ass. And remember, when at a parade, always wear a diaper so you can piss and shit and not miss anything. I'm Roy Harder.
Yeah.
And here's your host,
No.
Mr. Eastside, David McDonald, everybody.
No.
Shit and piss. Shit.
No, we're not. Look, no, you don't chant shit and piss when you should be chanting Eastside Dave or Eastside Dave, you're so handsome. Those are the two chants that are acceptable when Eastside Dave / Davey Mac gets introduced by I'm not going to say by the great Roy Harder. Because, first of all, you've taken the Colonel's goddamn phrase from Boogie Nights again. Okay, I don't know why of all the characters in Boogie Nights, the Colonel is the one you identify with the most, with the lollipops in my mouth and butter fucking scotch in my ass or whatever the shit he said. Secondly, the reason why we're doing these shows a day early is because of all the St. Patrick's parades I'm having to attend and work. And you took such a beautiful St. Patrick's parade sentiment and you made it a disgusting fucking Roy Harder sex intro. This is what I'm saying. And what was the thing about the diaper? Have you ever done that? You drink so much. I mean, I know you don't drink anymore. You know, nowadays you're strictly a marijuana and morphine guy. But back in the day, on Roy Harder, when back in the day when your thing was vodka, and I know that was your thing, right?
Whiskey and vodka, whatever.
Vodka.
Yeah.
Did you ever wear diapers to a parade?
No, I actually never went that far. But you know what? That's a thing. I know people that actually. I know people
I'll
that
tell
do
you
this.
exactly what I did. I did the stupid ass Times Square New Year's Eve in New York City bullshit one time.
Yeah.
And what I did was I had a book bag. I kept like 15 beers in the book bag, but I had 2 huge like Poland Spring, but empty.
Yeah.
And I just pissed right there. A fucking million people. I took out the Poland Spring bottle and I just pissed right in front of everything. Right in front of everyone, because there's no way to find bathrooms in goddamn fucking New York on parade day. How does New York like how do they expect people not to fucking piss all over the place on parade days with a lack of porta potties?
Good question, David. Very good question.
Do you think it's restricted to parade days, Dave? They just let people piss in the streets anytime. I don't know if you've been in Manhattan lately.
I have not, Robert. I'm staying out of Manhattan for a while. I'm staying out of New York City. I'm only going back to the borough of the Bronx when the Yankees season resumes.
Oh,
well, that's
okay.
Because there are homeless people pissing galore.
Well, listen. Listen. I'm not going to attack the New York City mayor. I'm not Daniel Bobo Curlin. He's the political talking head on our show. Everyone knows when it comes to politics on the DMSP. Make sure you fucking listen to Daniel Bobo Curlin. He's our only, Fox News or, whatever. He's our guy with when it comes to that shit.
I wasn't trying to be political. I'm just a pissing in public aficionado.
I'm just fucking with you, you goddamn fucking weirdo. Now listen, here's the thing. Got a lot of fucking shit to say. All right? A lot of shit to get to. Period. Last Sunday, it was the Belmar St. Patrick's Parade. This Sunday, it's the Asbury St. Patrick's Parade. Next Sunday, it's St. Patrick's Day itself. I have to work for my number one radio station where I'm the number one host on the number one morning show in the state of New Jersey. Number one, translated to Japanese. That's Ichiban thrice. And the bottom line is that's why we're doing the show a day early, because I'm working, 8-hour days on March 10th, 17th, March 3rd, 10th, and 17th. But Roy, I met legendary Ron and Fez producer Al Dukes at the Belmar St. Patrick's Parade this past Sunday. And I was on the float. I'm on the rat float that was moving. And all of a sudden I'm hearing, Eastside Dave, come here. I got to take a photo.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, I'm not getting down from a moving float.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Frankly, all eyes on me. I'm the superstar that I should be. You know, when we do the Belmar St. Patrick's Parade, okay, New Jersey, gets a float. They put us in the Santa Claus Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade spot. Dead last. Santa. We close it out. Davey Mac always gets compared to a young Santa. That's what they say. They say, you're like a handsome young Santa Claus.
Chris Kringle, as they say.
I take it as a compliment.
Sure.
I'm hearing Davey Mac go, Eastside Dave. I go, oh, it's Al Dukes, WFAN, Boomer and Geo producer Al Dukes, legendary Ron and Fez producer Al Dukes, at one point like general manager of CBS Radio, Al Dukes. So he wants a picture. So it's just amazing because I consider Al Dukes a bit of a legend in his own right. But he knows who the real legend and who the real icon is. He's got to scream, Davey Mac, I need a photo. I have to march down the goddamn float. But I took a picture with Al, Roy.
Yeah.
Roy, am I the tallest person you know?
You're definitely up there. You're surprisingly tall. People don't realize how tall you actually are. Like on camera, I look much bigger than you because I like to sit higher up. But it's a little trick I have. Like right now, I look taller than you because you're beneath me, right? Or sometimes I like to do this. Look how much bigger I am.
Yeah, you're huge,
right?
Well, you do the old bullshit that Johnny Carson and all those hosts used to do on the old Tonight shows. They would make their fucking desk and chair like 4 inches than the guest chair, so that they always had the power.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm the guy that does that. Totally. I will admit it.
When I took the picture with Al Dukes, he said on Twitter, I was shockingly tall.
Yeah, you're a pretty tall guy. What are you, 6'2", 6'4"? What are you?
6'2".
6'2". Okay, yeah, it makes sense.
6'2" on the button.
Yeah.
So, again, look at that, Roy.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Roy, I am towering. I mean, that makes me look like fucking Bill Russell. Or you know what? I'll choose an actual redhead, Bill Walton, one of the Bills, one of the 7-foot Bills.
I like that whole. Is that the float in the back?
I probably the Bill Walton comparison is better, probably because I'm a redhead and not a civil rights leader like Russell.
Yeah.
So I haven't done a lot in terms of civil rights leadership.
Yeah, you kind of go the opposite
like
way.
Walton, I have smoked a lot of dope and done acid.
Yeah.
Right before it's been time to fucking perform. So I go out there. So Al Dukes and I had a great conversation. You know what I said? I go, I always say this too to him. I always go, we gotta drink, man. We gotta go drinking at Asbury. I've run into him every once in a while.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And it's just kind of funny. He's always the one to come over to me. And I appreciate that. He's actually a nice guy. He's actually rather funny to me.
Oh, I'm sure.
I find him to be very humorous, but I know he's acquired taste, just like the Dave Man. I'm not gonna lie, not every people hate Nate too.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, you want a fucking hit show, the goddamn Davey Mac and Al Dukes show. That would be massive.
Does he do lots of fun pranks to you, Dave? Like he tries to kiss you all the time and make out with you?
No.
Pretend he didn't realize
so
it was you.
One time they tricked Al. Ron and Fez tricked Al Dukes into kissing a man. So Al actually posted that photo before I did. He was the one who was all proud to be, next to Ron and Fez producing Legend Eastside Dave. And after he tweeted that out, there was like 15 comments of like, hey, Al, is this the guy you kissed?
Was it?
And no.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
What kind of world does everyone live in where like even I had to think about that? And I was like, no, I kissed Earl. I was like my kissing of Earl was like a Bugs Bunny type of, I'm trying to mentally psych him out before like a boxing match or some shit. I kissed him real quick. But Al Dukes, yeah, he was like, no, I'd never kiss Dave. That was someone else you're thinking of. It's like making us look like the biggest fucking, I don't know, scumbag, like 1971 Grateful Dead. Like, hey, man.
Anyway. Think you feel bad. How bad do you think Gay Randy feels that he was just referred to as someone else?
Someone else, Gay Randy, apologize. Now, listen, we might be doing a show. Next Sunday is St. Patrick's Day. So, again, we're either going to be doing the show early or no show. I had it that we were scheduled for a week off.
Okay.
Yeah, I told that to Robert right before this very program, and then he said, "Well, why don't we do a drinking show?" But I go, where in my, I guess on Zoom. Is that what you? Just sitting here. Unless Roy, when are you going to come to my house one day? And I have a keyboard.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a fucking shitty Casio keyboard.
Well,
it's a fucking computer keyboard.
No, I mean, it's one of those, you get them for a kid. Oh, yeah. But you got to play one day, and then we'll jam. I'll get on my guitar. You and me.
I love that, David. I will definitely
fucking eat my brains again, baby.
Yeah, I would definitely jam with you, brother. Absolutely.
So, speaking of good people and bad people, speaking of Ron and Fez, Kevin Flint says we should take off next week. We might or we might not. Maybe even if Roy and Robert take the week off, maybe I will then pop up on Zoom drunk and do that type of thing. But anyway, by the way, we talk more about Al Dukes and Billy and all those fine folks on a very new, very recent released episode of Davey Mac's Tales from the Satellite, episode 18, Robert? I think it was 18. And that is we talked about Paulo and the Gap. It's a hysterical, fantastic episode. So go check it out. That's on patreon.com/EastsideDave. Patreon.com/EastsideDave. If you want to hear more Al Dukes talk, but I got to move on because your boy, Roy Huddle.
Yeah.
The guy who's been ripping us off for years, Roy Huddle. Pat McAfee.
Oh, no.
Is in the fucking news twice.
Yeah, I saw this. I thought of you immediately.
About Pat McAfee. We're going to address the first one first. Don't know why I had to say that. Anyway, repetitive, Roy. Now, here's the point. We've been saying forever how much McAfee's been ripping me up. He comes in right after the Riders' latest appearance a few months ago, next fucking Saturday on College Game Day. He's wearing a cowboy hat. Mm-hmm. Okay? Just the show itself. Can anyone can we all admit that the guy who had said for years he's an Opie and Anthony fan, Pat McAfee, which means he knows who I am, basically looked into the virus or the Davey Mac Sports Program and said, oh, that's what I need to be doing. I'm an enthusiastic guy who kind of looks like that. I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to literally do the Davey Mac Sports Program. I'm going to repackage that. The problem is he's not nearly as intelligent nor as talented as I am, nor creative. He's a punter. He's a shitty fucking punter. He's one of the people responsible for the worst plays in football where a punter for the Indianapolis Colts, tried to somehow run for a first down when, and it was a 1-on-5 situation. He was tackled in 0.03 seconds. Ooh. That's his claim to fame, was he has one of the worst plays in the history of football.
That's his.
And I warned everyone. I go,
just devil's advocate. That's his claim to fame, Dave. Just being the devil's advocate here. That's his claim to fame, not the game-winning onside kick in the Super Bowl or things like that.
No, I didn't even know that was him. His claim to fame is the one bad play. No. His fucking shitty attempt at a fake punt run for first down is way more famous than the onside kick. I didn't even realize that was his ass. So fuck him. Anyway, anyone can kick an onside kick. I can kick an onside kick. And you kick a ball on the ground? What, he gets credit for that? No, he doesn't. The guy who recovers the football gets credit for that. Now, as far as McAfee goes,
just to clarify, he recovered the football. He recovered the football though.
Who?
He McAfee did. He kicked it to himself.
Well, no. It hit off that fucking Green Bay Packer, did it not?
Okay, fair enough. So it's his fault. Hey, you're the master. I just wanted to make sure you understood.
I don't
for the audience
fucking care. What are you, an Indianapolis Colts fan? Will you let me go on with this goddamn rant? It's more important than the fucking details of some Super Bowl I could give a shit about, you goddamn fucking quibbler. You know how much I hate quibblers, Robert? Jesus! This is a rant! It's not fucking Robert Quibble time! The motherfucker has stolen a million things from me, and now he's stealing a feud with a black man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got the mark on that one.
Everyone knows that goddamn fucking me and Earl Douglas have the greatest rivalry in the history of radio. It's Magic Bird. That's what that is. And because he needs to yet again come up with a new idea, which he can't do. Punters can't think. Athletes, most jocks are not creative people. They don't have that creative gene. They have the athletic gene. They all might have personality, but personality is different from being a creative. Being a creative means you can come up with new ideas on a weekly basis, provide new, unique, original content for people, not just simply rip people off. So after everyone knows that me and goddamn Earl Douglas have the greatest feud in the history of radio, guess who just got into a fight with Stephen A. Smith, well-known African-American, on ESPN? Pat McAfee, that's who. According to the New York Post, Pat McAfee and Stephen A. Smith got into an argument off the air, and Pat McAfee called Stephen A. Smith a, quote, motherfucker.
Oh, boy.
Close quote.
Boy, big guns, now, watch out.
I don't know where you come from, Pat, but I'd never call in 2024 an African-American an asshole. That could be a hate crime. And while, no, I don't really believe this, I'm looking for McAfee to get fired any way possible so that we take his spot.
Yeah.
So I just want Stephen A. Smith to look into possible hate crime.
We should call Sharpton on him.
And I mean, Robert, the fucking coincidence. I mean, we're literally doing Tales from the Satellite. And the last, we've done 4 parts of the Midnight Rider saga. We're not even midway through. So we're taking a break from the Midnight Rider saga on Tales from the Satellite. All 4 installments were great. But one of the keys is the Rider also feuding with Earl. Davey Mac and Earl feuding. That's the one thing McAfee didn't have. I need a feud with a black guy. He got Stephen A. Smith. If I start seeing fucking him referring to Stephen A. Smith as Sapphire and putting little yellow Post-it notes all over his black turtleneck, then I'll really have an issue. And you know what I'm talking about, McAfee?
He does. I think he's on our Patreon.
The guy is literally following us at every turn and echoing what we do. It's so bothersome that people think he's original. He's a ripoff cunt.
Oh.
And I've said this before and I'll say it again. If anyone thinks I'm afraid of Pat McAfee, you got another thing coming. Right here, right now. I will challenge McAfee to a fight in the octagon at UFC 300.
Wow.
Oh. The octagon, huh?
Dana White, make it happen. I see all these other goddamn celebrities boxing and all this bullshit. Yeah. I want to take on. I've been watching a lot of UFC lately. There's no chance in hell. I know how to do everything. I know how to do a Kimura. I know how to do an armbar. I know my fucking grappling skills are off the chain. I can fucking wrestle as well. I got fucking taekwondo and jiu-jitsu down to a science, bro. I'll fucking put a goddamn triangle with my legs on his fucking head. Choke his ass out. I'll fucking guillotine the motherfucker. He won't know what to happen. That small fry will come into 6'2", Davey Mac, 190 pounds of twisted Irish steel. I'll get him in a headlock and I'll guillotine his ass.
Whoa.
Dana White, make it happen. UFC 300. Eastside Dave versus Pat McAfee. And if McAfee don't show up, pussy. Like Belichick and Brady. Pussy and pussy. Yeah, I'm fired up. That's I am number 1 with McAfee. Item number 2. He gets on the front page of Awful Announcing, a website that I enjoy. He says,
Awful Announcing? That's an actual website?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And we don't need any kind of clip or anything around it. Not for this one, but I just want to say, Joe Biden on the State of the Union was talking about a girl who was recently murdered. Her name is Lincoln Riley. It sounded like Joe Biden might have said Lincoln Riley. That is the head coach of USC football, Roy.
Oh, Butterhead Biden.
No,
huh?
okay, wait, hold on. Like I said, we're not McAfee. We don't do politics.
Oh yeah, no.
Only Dave McAfee does politics, bro. I don't know if Dave McAfee's even here, but that's that's me and Pat McAfee's fucking cousin. I don't know. You explain the family tree, okay? I don't know how it works out, but somehow Dave McAfee is me and Pat McAfee's cousin, and he might be here. And McAfee goes on to the weakest fucking thing where he's like, the guy on TV last night who was speaking in front of a whole bunch of people and a whole bunch of politicians, he said that Lincoln Riley's dead. And I'm like, what, dude? The coach of UFC is dead? And I can't, Roy. I can't take the McAfee. This got a lot of people upset from both sides. Again, for whatever reason, both Democrats and Republicans wanted to fucking destroy this guy because he can't shut his stupid mouth up about anything that the guy is qualified for one thing, talking about punting. Punting. That's what Pat McAfee's qualified for, punting. So now everyone hates him again. And I can't blame anyone who hates him. I can't. But I think I'm going to invite my cousin and his cousin, Dave McAfee, in here for a second. You guys might have to stretch, though, for a second.
Okay, we could stretch.
How mad do you think Dave's going to be when he finds out I was wrong about that onside kick? It was the other team did it against McAfee.
Sorry, I can't talk right now, Bobby. I'm stretching. Oh, hey, where are you at? You look like you're in some kind of hotel room.
I am. Not yet. Could have last night, but I'm featuring for Aaron. Oh, there we go.
We'll get back to this.
Hey, Stanley, you're going to have to take this dog away. Hey, Stanley, come out and get Enzo. Hey, guys, you're going to have to, Stanley, go grab the dogs, bro. Dave McAfee here. Oh, my God. Get the dog by the dogs. I think this is going to happen today. I think Dave McAfee's a little too crazy because he's getting attacked by his own dogs, man. Anyway, Dave McAfee here with the brand new segment that I call Food for Thought, man, where I just talk politics and everything, man. Politics, current events, things Dave McAfee wants to talk about. Like, hey, can you get this goddamn dog out of here? Hey, man, talking about current everyday politics. Like, for instance, Stanley, will you grab this dog with your hands and take them? Yes, grab these dogs and take them. Hey, man, it's tough having, two dogs here sometimes, man. Anyway, man. Okay. So, Vladimir Putin, man, I can't take the guy seriously. You know why? What is he going to invade America? With poo? Guys, Dave McAfee. And then but by the way, I'm hearing about these aliens crossing the border, man. That's what I also heard on the State of the Union, all these aliens. I'm like, what, man? Does the Yoda need a fucking green card, man? Big McAfee Bros. And then, dude, I hear about China being too aggressive. You know, China's like really aggressive. I'm like, hey, man, you leave that professional wrestler alone, man. She was awesome in DX, and she died of coke overdose, man. China, man. Dave McAfee. And then it's like, I keep hearing State of the Union talk about Ukraine, man. I thought he said Michael Caine, man. You know? And then it's like, and then the next thing you know, there's a speech, man. And it's State of the Union. He's talking about Israel and Palestine, man. And I'm like, what is this? The State of the Union speech or a State of the Bible? Like Israel and Palestine? Like, what are we gonna tax Sodom and Gomorrah next? Dave McAfee. And then it's like, and then this like blonde lady in this red hat kept like standing up and yelling at the president, man. And I'm like, hey, dude, what's Greg the Hammer Valentine doing at the State of the Union speech? I didn't know he was in Congress. Dave McAfee. Oh! And then it's like, then they said, God bless America at the end of the speech, man. And I'm like, I don't think God exists, man. I'm like, I'm pretty sure everything's being run by the Intergalactic Federation of Extraterrestrials, dudes. I'm Dave McAfee. Fuck you, America. I'm out. Dave.
Oh, man.
I like when Enzo started humping McAfee.
That was my favorite bit.
Yeah. So speaking of humping, what do you got going on in that hotel room there, buddy?
Oh, nothing right now. I was just laughing. I'm down here in North Carolina, and there was an audience and was doing crowd work and was making moves. And then the headliner, the infamous Aaron Berg, came out and also hit on the exact same chick. And it was like, well, there goes any shot I had.
Oh,
obviously Aaron wouldn't do anything. Just that's not a comparison you want.
Wait, what happened? Andy Samberg hit on a girl you were interested in?
No,
Aaron Berg.
Aaron Berg
At the show last night, I was doing
Berg.
crowd work. Yeah, I was doing crowd work down here in North Carolina.
Dude, I thought if you said Andy Samberg, that would have been amazing.
I would have fought Samberg. That dude looks like a pussy. Berg's jacked.
Yeah.
I actually like Andy Samberg. It's Pete, the guy who bangs all the chicks that I don't like.
Pete Davidson.
Oh, funny you should mention Pete. Guess where he's performing? A football throw away from the comedy club I'm at, which really is good if you're trying to sell tickets to a comedy show when the choices are Aaron Berg and Bobby or Pete Davidson from SNL. Infamous, the guy who used to bang Kim Kardashian.
I would choose you and Aaron Berg over Pete Davidson. He doesn't strike me. He's not funny to me. He's not funny to me. If I'm you and Berg, I absolutely try to start a war. God knows you've started them before and put a lot of people in precarious situations because of it.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Speaking of putting you in a precarious position, I have to correct myself. You know that thing I bickered about? Turns out I was wrong. That was the Saints who kicked it onside, not McAfee. So he didn't do the onside kick. You were right.
Just like Jared. You quibble and then you're wrong with your information. At least if Roy quibbles, he's right.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I only quibble
you
from
can't
correct.
quibble and have the facts wrong. Then you really are killing the fucking show, you dummy. But I want to show you a bizarre video of a gentleman running on a beach in Brazil. Apparently, he punched a woman, and this got the entire beach in Brazil looking to fucking, detain him and kick his ass.
Yeah, that's a big beach down there in Brazil.
Yes, it is a big piece, Roy. See, Robert, Roy's always right with his facts. Now look at this, Roy, and give me your takeaway, because I have a specific takeaway when it comes to sports with this.
Okay.
But watch the whole video first. You'll see there's the guy running in the black shorts, and they're kicking him, and one guy kicked him.
Oh.
Now there's another kick attempt.
No,
hold on. We're not even done. More kick attempts. Little punch. This cop pulls a gun on him.
Oh, my God. The guy.
Watch, Roy. More kick attempts. Look, a slide tackle.
Oh, man. He should try for the NFL. This guy's.
Oh, look, another kick.
He's still going.
Time out. So this is my thinking. Is it possible that because we live in a football society that we know how to tackle, and that people who live in Brazil, they actually try to take people down with kicks because they're soccer country? Because obviously Brazil, the most winning World Cup team of all time. And look, you're seeing slide tackles right there.
Yeah.
You're seeing kicks. This last guy kicks him. Boom. But there's no fucking tackling. I saw not one goddamn tackle. Look at it. It's kick to get this guy down. I never realized this before. Is it possible that the United States of America were the best tacklers because of the game of football? And do countries who don't have American football, do they not understand the concept of tackling a human?
My
no
favorite
one was making a tackle attempt.
My favorite guy is the guy that grabbed his shorts and tried to pull him down.
Right. None of them have the ability to do a football. If any of them were on a goddamn high school football team, this guy would have been down in 4 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, here he comes. The guy in black. There he goes.
Yeah, he tries the shorts, and that's the only one where he even uses his hands.
Yeah. Everyone else
Most of the people are trying to, but I love the last two guys here. The blonde guy with the slide tackle. Literally a soccer slide tackle.
I mean, the cop even gave up. Wow, that guy came full force at him.
So what do you think about my theory?
You may have a point there, David.
Because we live in a football country, we tackle criminals. Do other countries who don't have American football, do they try fucking kicking?
That's a good theory.
Criminals?
Look
at that. Tell me that goddamn clip from Brazil doesn't back up what I said. That wasn't just one or two guys who tried to kick the guy down. That was like 85% of the people were trying to kick the guy down.
95% of the videos, the horrific videos I see about people getting shot are from Brazil. So I was expecting the cop to shoot the guy right there on the beach. So,
yeah, that was an amazing part, too. The cop bringing out the gun.
Takes the
that was pretty American.
And then he stops running. He gives up and with it.
What was that all about?
Brazil, man.
Hysterical.
Oh boy, man. Dave. You see this comment?
McAfee made the same joke about Brazilians on his show. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know because I don't watch Pat McAfee.
Uh-oh.
He watches me.
I think it was a joke. I don't know if he actually made the same joke.
Oh.
I think he was
qualify that that's a joke.
Yeah, he will be making that joke on his next episode, though.
I am seriously thinking about kicking Robert through this camera, Roy. If I kick my camera, you're trying to take me down this episode.
If I was trying to take you down, I'd bring up McAfee's new Star Wars podcast, Exploring the Middle Floridians.
Yeah, he's got a brand new show.
Yeah.
He's got, man. So, Roy, my Star Wars show has ended, Yaddle Channel, and it was a joke. Thank you, Thomas Pickering. Thank you for clarifying. That was a joke about the Pat McAfee Brazil shit. But I've ended my show for now, my Star Wars show for now, on a temporary thing. Yaddle Channel, Jedi Jared has a newborn and has knee surgery and a new job, so he just can't do it.
Oh,
okay. I just
thought
heard
you
that.
Guys, I thought you guys ran out of sequels or something.
No, but I just heard that now that Yaddle Channel ended, Pat McAfee started a show called Talkin' Tarkin.
Oh, you're going to love his special co-host, who you just said got a new job, Jedi Jared.
That would be the best. If I saw Jedi Jared showing up doing anything with Pat McAfee, not only would I laugh really hard, but then I would absolutely plan to kill him. I would tell, you guys, I'm not going to be around for a lot longer. I'm taking this motherfucker out. Local controversy 5 minutes away from me. that has gotten national attention in the sports world. So much so that Dick Vitale, legendary college basketball announcer, has weighed in. Boomer Esiason has weighed in. One major broadcaster after another has weighed in. And everyone unanimously agrees that the high school that I would have gone to, had I been allowed to choose, I couldn't choose. I was like Ethan Hawke in Dead Poets Society, where I was a legacy for Christian Brothers Academy, CBA, and my parents were like, no, you had 3 brothers who went to CBA. You're a CBA man. I'm like, but I'm not. I'm not a CBA man. Nevertheless, I became a CBA man and did rather well. I'm the success today that you see. But I wanted to go to Manasquan High School, Roy. Nevertheless, Manasquan was in the state semifinals against Camden High. When Manasquan misses a 3-point shot, they're down 46-45. Manasquan misses a shot with about 3 seconds on the clock. The Manasquan player gets the rebound, though, and puts it back clearly before the buzzer. Every still frame, in fact, showed that the ball was completely out of his hands by the time there was 0.7 seconds on the clock. That's nearly a second. That doesn't sound like a lot. It is. In basketball, your referees are trained to spot that easily. And to get a shot off nearly a second before the fucking buzzer hits that's a game-winning shot. One of the referees calls it a game-winning shot. Manasquan jumps up for joy. They think they've won the game.
Okay.
All of a sudden, a weird referee conference happens out of nowhere. The refs huddle up and decide to reverse the call and steal the game from Manasquan. We have 2 videos. I want you to see the footage.
Okay. Here's
the first angle. 5.8 seconds on the time.
Yeah, I see it there in the lower right.
The team in white is Camden. The team in team in blue is Manasquan. So the player from Camden hits the free throw. They're up 46-45 with 5 seconds left. The kid takes a 3. He misses it. Watch this kid. Gets the rebound, puts it back up, and in.
In. Yeah.
Game over.
Right.
Try the other replay. Try the other video as well, just for a different angle. But game over. You see the referee at the top of the screen go boom, like count it. Here you go. Watch this, because this actually has the clock in the shot. So this is easy. I mean, that's an easy call. He got that shot off easily to win the goddamn game. Now here, the referees huddle up. Why? Why are they huddling up? Game is over. There's no instant replay. The call was made that the shot was good on the court. So walk off. Game over. No one's seen this before. The refs huddled up. They said the shot wasn't good when it was, and Camden gets the win.
Wait a minute now. Hold on.
Controversial, fucked up ending where Manasquan was screwed over by the referees and Camden. Now we get word on what happened.
Uh-oh.
The assistant, the second in command of the New Jersey High School Athletic Association was there for some reason, walked onto the court with the Camden assistant coach. And both of those guys told the referees the shot was no good. So they listened to the Camden assistant coach and the assistant of the New Jersey High School Athletic Committee. That is unprecedented and has never happened before in the history of high school basketball. And for whatever reason, just because the refs listened to those 2 guys, by the way, the assistant coach of Camden, so he doesn't have an agenda? And why the fucking guy, the commissioner of the second guy in command, is on the court making any type of ruling is beyond me. That's not his job.
Seems fishy, David.
Fucking screwed.
Yeah. You think it was racially motivated?
I'm not even going there. I'm going about sports.
Fair enough.
That shit was wrong. I don't give a shit what the excuse is. Fix it. Manasquan, well, here's what happened. Manasquan appealed the game. They did not win their appeal. They literally are suing the state. Postpone. That was the state semifinals. Can you imagine? So, in other words, the championship game is today, Saturday, March 9th.
That's today, yeah.
They're suing the state to get the game postponed so that they can have an arbitrary committee make a better definitive ruling about this. So they're trying to get today's championship game postponed. They're probably not going to win. But either way, Manasquan got absolutely fucking screwed.
Could I ask you, what was the reason? I mean, because everyone saw the video. I'm sure there's more than those 2 clips floating around.
Roy, they released a statement and they said, we admit we fucked up. They didn't take any response. They didn't say why they reversed the call in the first place. Again, the official at the top of the screen, and that's why actually, Roy, I can't 100% say race. The black official was saying the shot is good.
Okay.
It wasn't until the other 2 guys came out after the Camden assistant coach and the New Jersey fucking athletic deputy commissioner came out, and they started arguing that they reversed the call.
Wow.
But what they said was, we fucking blew it. And then they go, but there's no instant replay, so just going to have to live with it. No, you're not going to have to live with it. Camden should have to live with it because the call on the court was a good shot.
Yeah.
So if they're admitting that they should have never huddled up and reversed the call, the call on the shot was ruled good in the regulation. Give Camden the win. Stop fucking around. I don't like it.
This has mafia written all over it, David.
It got something, bro. Hold on. It got something.
Something fishy here.
And if you're Camden, how do you celebrate after that? Do you see those players going crazy like they won the game? Like it wasn't just taken from the other team? You know what I mean?
I know. Camden, you guys are, Shawn Michaels at fucking Survivor Series 1997. You didn't win jack and shit. The other team got screwed over the way Bret Hart got screwed by Vince McMahon. That's all that happened. So don't be fucking running around, this and that. No. What I think it points out, Roy, is corruption is alive and well in the goddamn state of New Jersey. I'm not goddamn Pat McAfee, so I ain't going into politics. Yeah, but I can tell you, we got the most corrupt goddamn fucking state in the goddamn union, baby.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to deny that one, David.
That shit, yeah. I mean, that's just, everyone's seen The Sopranos. That's a fucking documentary, folks.
Yeah, that looked real ugly.
Now, Roy, can you imagine going to a football game, cheering on your team, and then
not at all. I've never been.
That wasn't the end of the sentence.
Oh,
yeah, okay. Can you imagine going to a playoff football game, rooting for your team, and then having to lose an arm or a leg or a hand because of it?
No.
This is a disturbing story.
Yeah.
Kansas City hospitals are saying at least 24 people are having to have amputations because of the playoff game they went to in Kansas City.
Yeah.
When it was -4 degrees in Kansas City. And they went to the game, and for whatever reason, their skin was exposed or this or that. They could have been people who took off their shirts. I don't know what the hell happened. But afterwards, they got frostbite so bad that the frostbite has resulted in gangrene, which has caused at least 24 amputations of Chiefs fans.
What the fuck, David? Haven't these people heard of gloves?
I know. What the fuck are you doing? How stupid are you? With all due respect, people from Kansas City, if you thought the DMSP was going to be empathetic towards your plight, you got another thing coming. Layer up. I see every fucking teenager in the goddamn country. They all go out with a fucking sweatshirt. And then, an hour into wherever the fuck you are, can we go? I'm cold. You're wearing a sweatshirt. It's 22 degrees. How about layering up, you stupid asshole?
Yeah.
God damn it.
You know what's crazy,
One guy said he took off his gloves to set up a tent in the parking lot to tailgate. And he said he took off his gloves for 20 minutes, and now he's losing a right hand.
He deserves it. Come on.
No
I mean,
empathy.
seriously, if your fingers start getting numb, you're gonna walk inside or, move, change the situation, get in your car, turn on the heat.
I agree with you.
You're not gonna just sue the stadium or the team.
I don't fuck around with shit like that.
Hey, I lost all my fingers.
You got to have long johns. People always, Forrest Gump was a very wise movie because Gary Sinise, Lieutenant Gary Sinise, tells Forrest, make sure you take care of your feet. I always tell people this. Cold weather, double and or triple up on socks. Your body will thank you for it for the rest of the night.
You only need one pair of socks, David, but they have to be made out of merino wool. They can't be made out of cotton.
Well, here's what I do. I get a basic pair of white socks. Then I get I do a little short socks. I get then another white sock. And then I get the big winter wool socks. I triple up. I've never been cold in my life.
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you.
I fucking went to a football game on Hoth. I was rooting for the Tauntauns, Daddy.
Yeah. I hike 20 miles in the snow some weeks, and I wear one pair of socks, I wear sneakers, and I've never lost a toe. Ever.
Really?
Yeah. I got all 10 toes. Sorry.
I also do long johns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good
another
too.
thing you should be doing. Then you should be putting on a t-shirt. Then you should put on a flannel. Then you put on a heavy sweatshirt, and then your winter coat.
Yeah.
God damn it, Chiefs fans. Do I have to do everything for you? Call fucking Daddy Mac over here and consult with me before any of you fucking Midwestern nitwits do anything.
I mean, these people they deal with this cold on a regular basis. Don't they understand?
Maybe not. Maybe they're just so fucking stupid on eating barbecue and drinking Patrick Mahomes jizz that they don't fucking realize that -4 degrees, you got to layer up. You can't be pulling nonsense.
Something tells me alcohol was involved in a lot of these injuries.
It was. It fucking was.
Come on.
I will say it's crazy that now playoff games by the Chiefs is the second leading cause of amputees in Kansas City behind diabetes.
Yeah, I mean, Andy Reid's going to lose a foot for a totally different reason. He's not worried about frostbite. He's worried about the 5 hamburgers after the game that he eats.
It's more an if rather than a when. It's more of a when rather than an if in Kansas City when it comes to losing something.
Yeah.
Final topic. Did you hear about the boxing match that will take place in July?
I did, David. You're talking about the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson bout.
There you go, Roy. Wow.
Yeah.
Roy, give yourself 5 points right now.
Bing. Thank you, David.
5 points. That is the first time I've ever gone to you and you've had the sports knowledge ready to go.
I also see it here written on the show prep, so wasn't too difficult.
Never give either of you credit for anything. I realize that now.
No, but I did. I am aware of this bout, and I will say something else. Did Tyson actually accept it, or is this all a publicity stunt?
No. This is happening. They're literally booking the stadium where the Dallas Cowboys play, which has a capacity of 100,000 people. This is not a fuck around thing. They're booking the stadium. The deal has been made on Netflix. This is an actual big time of live premium live event right now.
Tyson is going to get his ass beat in.
Yeah, okay, Robert, thoughts and opinions.
Oh, boy. So I do think there's a chance of that, Roy, but here's my thing. There's been a lot of controversy and speculation that some of these fights have been fixed. There's been a turning of the glove before the guy goes down. There's been a rubbing of the nose, lots of signals. Tyson's old, and he's still got that fighter spirit in him. Occasionally when people try to ask him questions, you'll still see him show the moves. He's not going to take a dive for the Pauls. Even if it's scripted, he's not going to go down once that bell rings. So there is a chance that Tyson comes out. We saw Rocky VI, where he at 60 years old fought Mason the Lion Dixon, and they made it a whole thing.
Yeah.
Puncher's always got a chance. Tyson's a puncher. I think it's crazy. The most mind-blowing thing was the New York Post's tail of the tape. Did either of you guys see that?
No.
We'll finish the story. I'll show it after, but it's nuts.
What I'll say is, yes, Tyson's 57. Jake
Paul
he's
58, actually. He's almost 60.
He's going to be 58 by the time the match goes on. Jake Paul is 27, 30-year age difference. Notable people, though, that Jake Paul has beaten up was a 5'7" New York Knicks point guard by the name of Nate Robinson. The guy's a fucking basketball player who's tiny. Yeah. He also beat Nate. Listen, he beat Nate Diaz, the UFC legend, except Nate Diaz knows a ton about submissions and shit and kicks. And this, a straight up boxing match, you're eliminating 70% of Nate Diaz's offense when you're just having a straight up boxing match and the guy's an MMA legend. So it's like
by decision, David. It wasn't. He didn't actually beat him.
Right. By decision. You're right about that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I think, but I am rooting for Iron Mike, without a doubt.
Oh, me too.
I'm rooting for him, but I don't think he's got a chance in hell.
The exhibition that Mike Tyson did put on against Holyfield, he looked great. Like, he still looked fast. You could tell that he wasn't going to try and, straight up, punch Evander Holyfield's, lights out. He probably felt bad. He had already bitten his ear 20 years before. It's an exhibition match. But if you watch that exhibition match, Tyson looked awesome, like speed-wise.
How many years ago was that now, David?
Only a couple.
Only a couple is quite a few years in the world of boxing, David. That's a big difference.
When did you become Mickey, the fucking trainer?
I know my fighting.
Fucking Roy Dundee over there.
Yeah.
I think I would rather see Roy's version of the tail of the tape than this one we got stuck with. Did you see this?
Tail of the tape. Mike Tyson, 57. Jake Paul, 27. Mike Tyson, former heavyweight champ. Jake Paul, 20 million YouTube followers. Mike Tyson, warrior. Jake Paul, dragon. Mike Tyson bit Evander Holyfield's ear. Jake Paul chomped on raw cow testicle. Mike Tyson, kid dynamite. Jake Paul, problem child. Mike Tyson loves pigeons. Jake Paul, pitbull and gold retriever. Mike Tyson, 6 jails for rape. Jake Paul, charges dropped for criminal trespassing. What a fucking weird-ass tale of the tape. I don't think I'll be hearing a goddamn Michael Buffer root. And he was in jail 6 years for rape.
Why did they bring that up?
Yeah, I don't. Dude,
I'm not going to attempt that humor because the word rape is too serious. I don't fucking care.
It's just nuts.
Shit.
And as if his 20 million YouTube followers are going to have an effect on the fight outcome. Come on.
All right, boys.
Oh.
Well, listen, that's going to do it. Next week, I'm going to say there's a 20% chance we'll be doing a show. But then again, if Robert really wants to, I suppose we could.
Maybe we'll talk about it. There's always a chance, a little luck of the Irish. Maybe we pull something together. Then again,
so look at it like this: we're taking off next week, folks. But be on the refresh the feed in case you got a bonus. All right, in case you got a bonus, refresh the feed. That's what I'll say. Or just check my social media at Eastside Dave on everything. I'll always tell you if there's a new show. But besides that,
we'll try to queue it up early like we did today to give you guys the notification and time to jump in. So
yes, sir.
If you were there, be there. Thanks for tuning in. We had a lot of live viewers today. That was a lot of fun.
Awesome. I love it. Well, listen, Roy Harder, anything to plug, buddy?
No, I'm going out to dinner tonight to celebrate my birthday. We're going to Red Lobster in Carl Place.
Happy birthday, Roy. You should have told me earlier. I did send you a text, though. Did I not?
You did, actually. You sent me a very lovely text. Thank you, David.
Did Robert?
Yes, he did, actually. Yeah, very. Actually, his text was like 5 or 6 lines longer than yours was.
Too much, though. See, the thing about Robert is I've told him he goes over the line onto he's so sincere, but then there's so many paragraphs of sincerity, it makes me uncomfortable, actually.
Well, I was touched.
One paragraph of sincerity is good enough for me. Robert does 5 sincere paragraphs, and I'm like, is this like a Mark David Chapman scenario? Is he actually outside my house?
I'll tell you who went a little bit overboard. It was Big A. He made a nice Photoshop, multiple Photoshops, I might add, and he posted them literally on every single social media account he has. I got more messages through Big A's Photoshop than I did anyone else.
Did anybody let you down?
No, I'm not downable. I'm not let downable.
I mean, like, did someone not say happy birthday and you were rather surprised? Like, what the hell? How come this person didn't?
No, I don't operate like that. I don't even think about that. Enzo never sent me anything. So
who?
Your dog
did not send you a message?
Yeah, he was the only one, David.
Enzo, come here. Enzo, right now.
Yeah.
Enzo.
Enzo was the star of this show, by the way, David. If that
Enzo is downright. I mean, when he wants to fucking rock and roll, he's going to rock and roll.
Look at this.
Enzo, say something to Roy right now.
Roy, happy birthday, honey.
Thanks, Enzo.
Roy, you are doggone special.
He walked away just as I was.
I love that dog, man.
Punchline there.
I love that dog.
Robert, anything?
Yes, tonight, 2 more shows at Dead Crow Comedy down here in Wilmington, North Carolina. I think it's 7 and 9. Come out. Next week, I will be in Toronto. So for all you Canadian fans doing guest spots at Yuck Yucks, check my social media in case I pop on anything else.
All right. Well, listen, that'll do it for us. We're going to get the MP3 and the MP4 out to you later. And as for me, hey, everyone enjoy your St. Patrick's, your St. Patrick's time. A lot of partying, a lot of fun. Maybe put on some Davey Mac Sports Program while you're partying it up. And that'll do it. He's Roy Harder. He's Bobby Timber. I'm Davey Mac. Not everybody.